Here for Mr. Burns. So for the first question, what was memorable about the play for me and why? The most memorable thing about it is it's a play based off of The Simpsons, who everybody has seen at least one episode probably in their lives of, and it's also set in a post-apocalyptic world, which one of my favorite shows right now is The Walking Dead, which is also set in a post-apocalyptic world. So those two characteristics of post-apocalyptic and The Simpsons mixed together made for a very interesting play. For the second question, the three themes. First one is people versus the world. It is a post-apocalyptic world, and it's very hard to survive in. So the theater troupe just trying to do their best to survive and still bring some creativity to the post-apocalyptic world. Definitely a point of conflict. Another one is people versus people, which can be exemplified by the fact that the theater troupe had a trade to get specific lines of dialogue. That's just an unnecessary point of conflict in a world where everything is going bad, and it's just another point of conflict in the play. And the third one is the people versus the past and the future, because the theater troupe is trying their best to survive and live on into the future to tell plays about the past and stuff that have already existed in the past before the post-apocalyptic world. So for the third question, this play is, I think, a tragedy because there's a chorus that tends to signify ominous events unfolding. There's death of many characters, and then there's only the hero is alive at the end, and he laments his entire existence, which is shown in Act 3 when Bart's family is killed by Mr. Burns, and Bart manages to overcome his sadness and kill Mr. Burns, only to lament at the end. This shows that they're still existing in a dark world, a grim world where death is still very much so a normal thing, because a lot of people died in the apocalypse. That's what apocalypse mean, and the fact that they can still make plays about people dying signifies that they're still haven't fully recovered from that, or maybe they have, and if that's your interpretation of things. So for the fourth question, what are some of the popular stories that would survive today? I think the most popular stories that would survive after the apocalypse would be that of the holidays. And by holidays, I mean like Christmas, Christmas in terms of like Santa Claus, Halloween, the Easter Bunny, a giant talking turkey for Thanksgiving. Just these stories about essentially mythical creatures. I mean, turkeys are real, but they can't talk. Like Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, like Jack Skeleton and all these stuff. They'd probably survive after the apocalypse just because they're stories that we can tell our kids and adults and they'll understand them or understand what they symbolize. So I think that they would survive after the apocalypse. They may take on different meanings than what they do in the current world, but I think they would definitely still survive. Okay.